Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen. Ignore the dishwasher and the cats thundering around. I won't be talking long. Most of this will be just time-lapse footage. So what I have today is an idea, an experiment. It may not work, it may work, but it's a thought. This was my lovely Christmas present from my bestie. Yes, I got it early because she got hers early because I can never wait to give presents. I have impulse control problems. So this is Ray. Ray is a Icelandic sheep. And this is Ray's buddy Marin. And Marin is also an Icelandic sheep. So these are raw fleeces, and what I want to do is try doing living sheepskin, where you just felt the ends and then it looks like a fleece hide. But I had a thought. Bear with me. I have thoughts all the time. They're not always good, but I want to try this. So normally the process would be you flip the fleece over and then you'd felt the back side, then you'd have to flip it back and untangle the lock, flip it over, felt some more, that way. I'm thinking if I take my palm sander, I lay out the locks, and then in the grease, we're going to be working in the grease, leave the tips dry, just wet along the base of the locks, and add lots of soap to get rid of the lanolin so that the fleece can felt easier. So just lay like one layer, felt along the bottom, lay the next layer, felt along the bottom, lay the next layer, felt along the bottom, and work my way across that way. I mean, in my head it should work. It may not. Don't know, but I'm gonna try. So I have my setup here on the counter, my water sprayer. I have this Dawn power wash. I would never use this to wash a fleece because it would like strip the fleece and make it really, but we're felting. So we kind of want to felt the fleece. So I'm going to use some of this. Two reasons. One, it's uber concentrated, and two, I can control very much where it goes. So we're going to use the Dawn. This bottle's just about empty. I do have another bottle though, so we're in luck. So I'm going to lay out some locks, and I'm probably going to do patches of color just for fun. I think I'll start with the brown and then add in some white. Like I said, this is totally experiment. Don't know if it's going to work, but I'll set you up so you can watch and we'll try it. Hang on and I'll get us set up to go. All right, so I've done a quick little piece just to see how it works out. Didn't take much felting at all. Didn't do much felting at all. With the hand sander, it just felted right away. And then I did some shocking with hot and cold water. And this is what we have. Now this has actually felted really, really good. I'm pulling all the way across and it's quite solid. And there are the ends of the locks, and they're all pretty loose. So I'm thinking, rather than going this way, I might just layer felt, layer felt, layer felt. rather than offsetting it, which is what I was originally doing, and see what happens. The advantage to using all that soap was when I rinsed it, you'll be able to see in the time lapse the dirt coming out and all the lanolin coming out, so that this part is now pretty darn clean. Let's just pull off some here and see what's coming out. So we are losing the outer coat, so it definitely needs to be felted more. But I think if I start doing it building up, that more of that will be trapped, because it really is only felted to here, which is not a whole lot. That's not going to catch the next layer here. But I do like having that little bit of white in there too. So I'm going to continue, but now I'm just going to just keep building up as opposed to out. And we'll see what happens. But for the moment, I'm pretty pleased with this. The white is a good deal shorter than the brown, so that'll lead to some interesting textures in there as well. So I'm going to lay out my stuff and get sanding again. Now, if you didn't watch my previous video on felting with a hand sander, you should go back and watch that too. Oops. Just spray in the kitchen. That'll give you the details on how I'm working with the sander. But for now, I'm going to refill my water bottle and I'm going to get back to sanding. All right, so I finished up with my felting process experiment, and here's what we've got. So the locks are definitely not felted at the tips. Here's the underside. It does end up being a lot more felted than I was aiming for, but still quite lovely. Unfortunately, with the Icelandic, the outer coat is not very well felted in, so I can easily pull out all that long furry hair. Now, whether that would become more enmeshed with working the felt, here's the whole pile I've pulled out so far, I don't know, but definitely the undercoat felts very well. Someone has just popped in for a visit. Say hi, Bobo. Oh, he's cold. He was outside. So whether that would make a difference over time, I don't know. But it was an interesting experiment. I think what I would like to do is redo this with a single coated fleece, with like a long, maybe a BFL or with like a Wensleydale lock or something, and see how that turns out. Because in theory, this would work. And I mean, this would, if I kept going, I would end up with this beautiful, thick, warm rug that's felted on the underside, which would be absolutely lovely, honestly. But as I'm felting, I did layer the locks straight on top of each other, but as I'm felting, they slide a bit and end up felting to the side. So you can see, here's the edge of the loose locks, but it is further than this, so it is sliding. But still, very interesting experiment. Definitely something I'm going to try with a different fleece. I'm not going to use the Icelandic fleece for this, or I might try a different experiment with the Icelandic fleece and see about felting it. Right now, I just have so many ideas flying through my head that I don't even know where to start. So we did start with this. So I wouldn't say failed experiment, just not 100% successful. Definitely learned some stuff. I'm also wondering if maybe when I'm felting, I shouldn't put a little merino or something more feltable along the bottom to try to anchor in that longer coat, because it definitely just pulls out. It's not felted in there at all. Yeah, see, it's just all pulling out. But still very fun, very interesting. And I'm going to take that information and work with it. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little experiment. If you like this, do the stuff down below, because I do stuff like this all the time. Thanks, guys. Bye.